Hello, welcome back to another model kit review. Today I'm going to be reviewing the R.M.S Lusitania model kit in 1 to 350 scale. This is a pretty old model kit built in the 1970s, or molded rather in the 1970s. However, that's not why I'm reviewing this. I'm reviewing this mainly because this kit I've been wanting to build ever since I pretty much got into this hobby a few years back. This kit has eluded me for such a long time. It is what many people would consider a dream model kit. So I'm pretty excited to build this. Well, they come from Japan and they're not manufactured anymore. I think they were last manufactured in the 90s. My kit is from 1992, or at least the boxing is from 1992. The kit itself and the mold has been shared with different companies, and it's a kit that never really took off, which is why it's quite rare. It might actually be one of the rarest boat model kits, at least that I know of. You can see them pop up on eBay every now and then, but generally speaking they're not very common. This kit will fetch quite a hefty price. I've seen it being sold for nearly £300. I got this kit pretty lucky actually, £150, which is not bad, considering its rarity. So, without further ado, let's take a closer look at the parts. So real quick, before we have a look at the parts, let's take a look at the box itself. There is different pictures on the side here that give a sort of sample, I suppose, on what the kit will look like, or rather what you would expect the kit to look like when it's finished. And to tell you the truth, it looks absolutely beautiful, especially those golden inlays there on the props. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, you can see some of those there. Lusitania has a very streamlined build as opposed to Titanic or Olympic, which has a more, I guess you call it a more stockier build, and especially modern ships which have a really stocky build. I suppose sort of like that in car models, you know, the older models tend to have a more rounder finish. Lusitania was built to warship specifications, which is probably why it has that very, I don't know, it almost looks like a giant yacht, to tell you the truth. Absolutely beautiful. You know, to tell you the truth, the parts are a lot bigger in person. Here is the instruction manual. There is a beautiful photo of Lusitania. That's an actual photo of Lusitania. That might have been taken around I want to say 1911, 1912. It's definitely not wartime, because you can see there's the flags on the ship there, but it's definitely a beautiful piece. Now, of course, the instructions are half in Japanese, mostly in Japanese, but there's also English there as well, so if you want to have a look at those, definitely. Now, the instructions, just judging by them, I'm going to assume these instructions are from the 1970s as well. I don't think these were updated. There's a parts list there if you want to have a look at the sprues. It also comes with it's a wooden looking base, but it's a plastic base, and so are the gold inlets as well, but it's definitely a very, I want to say, humble finish. There is the fully completed set. Now, there is rigging that you need to install on the ship as well. I might do that, I might not, we'll see. I'm planning to put this kit inside of a glass case, considering it's a kit that I have been looking for ever since I got into this hobby. I kind of want to go all out, so you can see it's quite a sophisticated build, so it's definitely not geared towards beginners, but it's definitely something that many boat enthusiasts, I don't know if that's actually a word, but many enthusiasts in the hobby would like to build, and there's a nice cutout of it there. Okay, now let's have a look at the pieces. So, like most ships, there is 2 shells, and they sit inside of the box in these grooves here, which is actually really nice, to be honest. It should in theory prevent the parts from, you know, becoming warped over time, because that's a very big problem with these old kits. The shells become badly warped, and it becomes nearly next to impossible to fit the 2 ends of the ship together. They're quite sizable. You can see they're next to my hand. Then again, I have small hands, so it's not quite a good reference, but you can see, just judging from the detail, let me see if I can get a close up there. Yeah, the detail is definitely... Now, concerning flash, the flash is not too bad. I suppose it kind of reminds me of a lot of Revell kits, to be honest, or a lot of the newer Airfix kits, which usually have quite bad flash, to be honest. So I don't know. Well, to tell you the truth, for a kit that's this old, that's something you have to expect. But they're definitely superb. There's a better look at the 2 shells there. So you're going to join them 2 ends of the ship together to complete the full hull. Now, here is the pieces. They all come in bags, mine are sealed. If you have the limited edition, you will also get these little interesting figures. These are sort of like people, but they're made in sort of light alloy. I don't know, they're quite unusual, to be honest. Not sure if I'm going to put those on the ship, but definitely consider it. These pieces here, in fact, these are the flags. But what you can do is, because these are paper, they might deteriorate over time. So what you can do is you can attach those to tinfoil, and that should keep them, you know, somewhat rigid for a long period of time. And the decking of Lusitania has, despite being made of plastic, and this is all plastic, mind you, it has a wooden coloured finish, which is very, very unusual. I'll be honest with you, I've never built a ship that has a dedicated, because you're going to be painting over that anyway, and you're going to, you know, you're going to do your painting, and you might even do a wash as well over it, so kind of an unusual choice, but yeah, most people are going to be painting over those anyway. And here is an even better example of that. I'm going to keep mine in the boxes, or in the bags, just because there's no real reason to take them out, but the detail is quite good, to be honest. At least a kit from its era. Now here is the plastic base, which is not chambered, obviously. It hasn't warped either, which is fantastic, and also has these braces here where you can put your the gold stands on it. You might be able to get a lighting kit. You might be able to screw these into the ship, so you can quite literally illuminate the ship with LEDs, and I think that would look absolutely lovely. Maybe I might try that actually, because I've gotten a new Titanic model kit that I want to experiment with. There's the funnels. There's a slight warp there, but to be honest with you, I think that's just the design of Lusitania itself, because Lusitania has a very strange design where it sort of is wider at the bottom and thinner at the top. It's sort of like, I guess you could call it a clinker built design, but it's sort of reminiscent of those old ships. Again, dreadnought specifications, so that's something to be aware of. So that might catch you out when you're trying to build it, because the ship sort of tapers inwards. So I have to say though, the flash is minimal, but it is there. So yeah, you can see a lot of flash along there, so you definitely just want to keep that in mind. when you're constructing it. But all in all, I think the kit is absolutely fantastic. Now, as for when I'm going to build this kit, I don't know. And when I'm going to review the completed build, I also don't know. But I would imagine it will be quite possibly within another year from now, because I'm looking to spend quite a little while working on this kit, and I'm going to go down to IKEA as well and get a glass case for it. So it's definitely going to be nice. Might even record some footage while I'm making it as well. I am going to buy an airbrush kit online for this. I have an Airfix airbrush kit, but I want to get a more professional one, so I might review that as well. There's the top of the bridge as well. And you got the forepeak as well. That's very nice. You see all the anchors as well. They're going to be really nice to paint as well. Beautiful. Very interesting. The props are this gold color. I don't think, I'm pretty sure I'm not going to paint over them, but I don't know, because other kits require you to paint over them, so there's that. There is the old school davits as well. They were a big problem when the ship was sinking. And I live in Ireland as well, so although the wreck is about 5 hours away from here, I live in the north, so yeah. As I say, even the box design is perfect. There's no wonder why this kit is quite sought after, because of its very, very beautiful design. You can tell that the company really took care of its design. I'm going to see now how well it will build. So there's that. But anyway, folks, I think that's all I have for you. Of course, I'm going to review the full constructed kit, so if that's something you're interested in, why not subscribe for that? Or don't, whichever you want. Anyway, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care and goodbye.